Good morning, everyone. Here we are again in January, looking to get started on some of the projects. There's the Goldwing, and behind me here, I just opened up the MiniMate. And we're going to look at some options that I've been researching for adding a little power box to this so I can have some LED lighting both inside and outside the camper, the ability to maybe run a fan to keep my wife comfortable. You know, when we're out camping, she likes to have both the white noise from the fan as well as just the temperature control here in the camper, and the ability to charge things such as our phones and things as we, normally in our big camper have the campsite power. Depending on where we go with the motorcycle, I don't want a chance running down the motorcycle battery doing any charging. So we're going to set up a power box system. Now, inside the MiniMate, there are these two spots here on the sides, which have had some success with some of the other users posting, how they put a motorcycle battery sitting right here and a few switches and things like that. Now, what I found was small tents, campers, and ice fishermen all share the same problem. So I came randomly across this guy on YouTube, Ice Hole Power. He makes these little power boxes for ice fishermen, and I ordered up one of the do-it-yourself kits because I don't mind, building things, and I love to tinker, as you may have seen in some of my other videos. So here we go. We got the power box kit, and I'll show you which one in a second. So if you haven't seen some of these power boxes, you can build them yourself, with some things from Harbor Freight, your local hardware store, some gel batteries or liquid lead acid batteries, or even now the lithium ion batteries, which give the longest duration in amp hours. So what I ended up doing was reaching out to Ice Hole Power and doing one of their do-it-yourself kits. So here is the box. You can see it's a pretty standard box. Looks like an ammo can, but it's plastic. But they have different variations. I'm not an ice fisherman, so I don't need the glow plug to charge up the glow-in-the-dark jigs, but I did like all the other features, especially this one. This is called the Bad Mofo. Well, that hole right there is for a 4-inch audio speaker. And here we go. We got the pile, 4-inch marine audio speakers, and that goes into this box as well. Why do we want that? Well, when you're ever at a campsite, you just want a little background music, you want to listen to the radio, all those things. Now we have a go-by radio we can use in the camper, outside the camper, over at the picnic table, and it hooks up to the Bluetooth on our cell phones and uses these 4-inch marine speakers for that. So that's what's in the box. Got this here, 4-inch speakers, and this really nicely prepped box. All right, now when I mean prepped, I mean everything is drilled, so you can see nice and clean, and all those holes there, they're for the different accessory pieces, which they did such a nice job packing it and shipping it. Figured I would do this little video. And so there's the inside of the box. What this will do is this will hold 2 batteries, one at this end and one at this end, 12 volt, 9 amp hour lead acid batteries are what I'm going to go with. I don't need the real long duration of the lithium ion or there's another one, lithium phosphate, I think it is. But by having the 2 batteries on each side, I'll have 18 amp hours at 12 volts. That'll be plenty for a long weekend. And what that'll allow us to do is, here is the Bluetooth amp. And all these parts, that are in the kit, you can find online. And I just found that it would be to support a veteran-owned business would be a good way to go. And he packages everything as well as has do-it-yourself videos to show you how to wire everything up. So this is the Bluetooth amp. This is what will connect via Bluetooth to your cell phone, and you can set the volume, and then you can just control the volume otherwise from your phone, or it does have the dial here to control the volume. So that'll be mounted inside the box. And then in these goodies of parts here, I ordered an SAE plug, right? So this is just like your battery tender cable, right? So a regular port, just like the battery tender. I'm going to put this on the side so I can plug in my battery tender to it, and my 12-volt system can be charged via the battery tender before each trip. Or I could use a different style lead acid charger as well if I put that connector on there without having to open the battery up or the box up. On top, these 3 holes right here in the center, this is going to sit there. This is a voltage, LED voltage meter in the middle, and then 5-volt, 2.1 amp dual USB plug port with a weatherproof cap. And then over here, the 12-volt, let's call it lighter socket, or the 12-volt accessory socket that you could use for many, 12-volt accessories that you would normally use into your car. So here we're going to have them plugged right here on the top center, and then there is a on-off switch that will go right there, so we can have a master on-off switch. By getting the do-it-yourself kit from Ice Hole Power, you get everything besides the wire and the crimp connectors, including the fuse holder, so your system is protected and fused. The individual on-off rocker switches, which are backlit once you have power to them. And banana plug terminals. So this allows you to either plug in a banana plug and open it up, or slide in a spade connector and tighten that down. And those are going to be mounted at this end. So see, here's the holes for the terminals to mount. And then this is the individual switch for each side. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have an on-off switch, shows me the voltage, allows me to charge my cell phones via USB plug, maybe a fan that is plugged into the 12-volt accessory socket. I'll have my LED lighting connected to the battery banana posts here, so I can have on-off switching. And one is going to come up the side and Velcro to the Velcro strip for the awning. So that way I can take a yardstick, line it with LED strip light, and I can Velcro that right to the awning if I don't have the ATA room on. And if I do, I'm going to have Velcro little straps that I can just hang it inside. So my ATA room space will have a simple on-off switch for the LED lighting, quick plug right into the banana terminal. The other one will be my interior lighting, and I'm going to do that in 2 phases. I'm going to run a 4-foot strip on the bottom, because in my normal camping configuration, I'm going to have the bed here for my wife and I. And if I need to go in here and see anything, I can just flip that switch, and I'll have a 4-foot strip along the fiberglass tub to light up the storage area. And up on the side, many have taken the 1-inch PVC, which I've marked to length, and this is going to be up here on what your view, the upper left. And some people have accessories that they hang on here, storage containers and things. Even a guy had a small TV. What I'm going to have there is a clamp-on fan, and the LED lighting will be on this strip with a dimmer control. So it'll light towards the bedside, but I'll be able to control the light inside for dimming or mood lighting. Get my drift? Anyway, all that is going to happen, and it's portable. With the speakers mounted. I'll be able to have tunes in the camper. I'll be able to have the door open like this and sitting in the outer room, have some tunes. Won't be obnoxious because we'll be able to control the volume. And it's portable. I can have this clip closed, grab the handle, and go over to the picnic table, charge our phones while we're sitting there at the picnic table, having dinner, etc., planning out the next day's trip on the Goldwing. So, made my list, made my diagram. I have the rest of my parts on order or at the local store. Don't forget to support your local stores. That was the great thing about this, veterans-owned small business. Look him up. I can put a link in the bottom for Ice Hole Power. And it's a nice little kit that allows us a lot of flexibility, not just for here, but if I wanted to, I could take that to the beach with us. It's not permanently mounted into the camper. So next up, you'll see a video of the whole system getting wired up, tested, both here at the box level, and hopefully, if I can keep my wife's car outside, maybe some lighting happening here in the camper as the temperatures hopefully cooperate for a little longer here in Pennsylvania. So, here we go. Time for another project.